Have you ever wondered what it's like to fly Batik-Air? Then join me on my 2.5-hour flight from Jakarta to beautiful Labuan Bajo, home of the Komodo Dragon. In this video we fly over several active volcanoes and we see the summit of Mount Rinjani, which I climbed in 2023. We see if Batik-Air is more than just a nice livery, and we have one of the roughest yet most beautiful landings ever. That was the hardest landing I've ever had. And the adventure started right here at Jakarta International Airport. Being the early morning, it still wasn't that busy at the airport, so check-in was relatively quick. And we were in the old side of the Jakarta International Airport, which is always really cool, and you have real distinctive old Indonesian buildings here, which I really like. Alright, so welcome at the old Jakarta airport, and as you can see, it's really nice. So Batik-Air is actually a relatively new airline that only started from 2013, and Batik-Air is actually part of the Lion Air group, offering a full service alternative to low-cost carriers. They have a fleet of A320, Airbus A330 and Boeing 737s. And all in all, Batik-Air has to provide a little bit more comfort in comparison to the other low-cost carriers. Although at the beginning of our journey that doesn't necessarily was the case, because our flight was delayed by around 1 hour and there was not really a reason given for the delay. And we had a equipment swap, and we swapped from an Airbus A320 to a Boeing 737-800. And all of a sudden we had to use the stairs and walk ourselves to the plane instead of using the jet bridge. And here we have our plane of today, the 10-year-old Boeing 737-800 from Batik-Air with a 2-class cabin layout consisting of business class and economy class with 162 seats. Oh, you do have a lot of legroom here. That's nice.
Penerbangan. Terima kasih atas kerjasamanya dan selamat menikmati penerbangan ini bersama kami. Penumpang yang terhormat, sesuai dengan peraturan keselamatan penerbangan sipil, tarik talinya, melepaskannya, angkat tumpukan besi.
And so after these safety instructions, it was finally time for pushback and to head out of Jakarta airport, as we were already 1 hour over time. So as you can see, there is lots of smog and really polluted air surrounding Jakarta airport. So yeah, let's gain more altitude fast to check out the amazing views. So, and as you saw before, we need to cross several islands, including Java, Bali, and Lombok, in order to get to Labuan Bajo, and that means seeing a lot of active volcanoes. And so we actually got some complimentary drinks and foods in the form of 2 types of bread and some water on board. And the funny thing is that it was all branded by Lion Air, which of course is the parent company of Batik-Air. And no, this piece of bread was not very tasteful, but it is complimentary, so I guess we shouldn't complain. So for still being a sort of a low-cost airline, it is quite nice to find a nice in-flight entertainment system, and this was actually quite a nice system. It was quite comprehensive, and you had a good selection of domestic and also foreign movies, which is always nice if you have a flight. And also the screen was actually pretty good, so nothing to complain there. And the competitors of AirAsia and Lion Air both don't have screens for economy class, so yeah, quite nice with Batik-Air. And of course, we cannot forget to check out the toilet, which was not that special, but it was clean. Alright, so after seeing those amazing views out of the sky and some of my own footage on 2 volcanoes as well, it is now time to make our final descent into Labuan Bajo Airport. So Labuan Bajo Airport for a pilot is quite a tricky airport because the runway is only accessible from one side, and that is also going steeply down, as you will see in the next couple of minutes. And the wind also plays a big role there, and usually the landings are quite harsh, as you will also see in the next clip. That was the hardest landing I've ever had.
Komodo di Labuan Bajo. Kami mohon Anda untuk tetap duduk sampai terakhir penggaman dipadamkan dan pesawat berhenti dengan sempurna pada.
And here you can see another plane taking off in the opposite direction of the which we landed. And here you can also see that the wind is heading into our direction, which made this approach speed even faster. Alright, so then what exactly is it like to fly economy class with Batik-Air? So I have to be honest, I really didn't know anything about Batik-Air, and I just wanted to try them because we didn't flew it yet. But we were both pleasantly surprised by the comfort of this flight. It was really nice to have an in-flight entertainment system, which is usually not the case if you fly a low-cost carrier. And also just to have some food and some drinks complimentary in the flight is also pretty nice, although they were not very special. So all in all, I think Batik-Air is a pretty nice option if you have to book a flight within Indonesia. And what I also like is that this is a typical Indonesian airline, and that their culture is just mixed in between everything that they do in this airline, from the cabin crew to the in-flight entertainment system, and of course the outside livery, which is really cool. Alright, then a little recap about the destination of Labuan Bajo. So the airport is quite small, but you do have a few shopping facilities available, so that's nice. And in the island, it's very close to Komodo and lots of activities. We did a boat tour of one day where you will visit a few islands, and you can also do some snorkeling in the coral reefs, which is super cool. And of course, you cannot forget the Komodo Dragon, which you can find on the Komodo Island, which is a nature reserve, and you can only go there with a guide, which is super cool. So definitely put this on your short list for traveling to Indonesia, as this is a very nice destination. And also make sure to check out my other channel, which I will put more travel content on. The channel is called Nick's Travels, and you can find it right here. Alright, so that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next one. Ciao!